So we've spoken about aesthetics, we've spoken about structural strength and stability. The next most important feature becomes serviceability and maintenance. So how easy are these products to service, to maintain, for parts to be replaced and so on?
Our products, our working nature is, we are all trained professionals, which we employ them into site to take care of our project, so that we'll eliminate that most of the snacks and multiple corrections at the later stage. So we ensure that the trained person to be there. So the first point has been met. And over a period of time, if in case anything comes, and the same guy or the professional team will go and satisfy the customer need. That is point number 2. Third one is, we have all the products, all the tested parts, hardwares are being completely tested and certified, and then we get into market and get installation. So we have a complete tested certificate, which will give a solid boost to confident to go to the market and get installed. And all the, for especially one component which I can talk about, hinges, which is usually in the market, people are screwing on the profile. Whereas our hinges are, need not to be screwed. It is like a Allen key type which will come up with a highly engineered. So in case modularity, suppose we want to move it again, and you can easily remove it. Whereas other presently in the market is, once you're screwing it up, suppose if it is not aligned, again people will tilt it. So once you board it, you cannot board it the same place, and it will be, you'll have to replace the profile.
So basically you can change the swing direction also without changing the frame.
So right from the site measurement, glass measurement, installation, post service also will be taken care by complete our team. So that is our end-to-end solution which are offering.
We have certified installers who are trained under our team, and they undergo 2-3 days workshop, and they are certified and they are good to install. We deploy only those teams at the site.
Yeah, so I would like to check with you, your glass, what you offer, is it fire rated?
We do have fire rated solutions as well. We call it Protect.
Okay, and yeah, I heard of that too. And coming back to, obviously, architect love choices, they like colors. So the frame bit of it, do you have things available in rose gold finish or things like that? Or do you have only the anodized or a black?
No, we have all the shades of all the shades of powder coated. We have all the shades of anodized and all the.
So we can do any kind of color coating in the invoicing of the coating, PVDF, PVD coating. So whatever color you require, we can get your color.
Because we have, I think, earlier used your curved glass, and so I'm pretty familiar with your profiles. It's just about the colors of it which I wanted to know, and of course the fire rating thing. Yeah. Okay.
The color option, ma'am. And what is your preference? Say that it's anodizing or it's a powder coating?
Usually, see, it's also, workspaces at times are also trend driven. So a lot of times we tend to go with black, and not the regular, the aluminium kind, but it's just a black which has been there for quite some time now. Yeah, black anodized. Yeah.
Powder coated.
Powder coated, you just see the scratches and that peeling off and things like that.
Whereas the anodized, you have a neater finish, and it's more long-lasting in an office environment where it's difficult to maintain with the, training the housekeeping staff to clean it properly. So we usually specify anodized, I think. How do you see that this entire industry, when we say partition or railing or the glass solution, how do you foresee it evolving, and what is the next pattern or next solution? What should happen on this? How is this industry going to evolve?
See, basically change is a constant, and all of us know that. So all of you have to be very quick to adapt to whatever people want. But evolution of a product is very, very important. So like how we both mentioned earlier, because of these hybrid workspaces and things like that, and a lot of things have evolved, and spaces have been redefined. Have discussions with the designers whom you work with regularly. Ask them what are the pain points, and if your products can actually solve those problems, that's how you evolve, right? So I think that's the key.
I think one of the main things that clients at least look forward to is flexibility.
Yeah,
they want to be able to quickly change the space for different functions. We need to be able to quickly do it. So it can't be that they need to call some skilled team to be able to open up that space. So that kind of, customized products that are for a niche segment. But this still is a requirement in a lot of offices nowadays. So being able to have that.
Partitions are, I think, mostly demountable and reusable, provided the glass panel sizes remain same. Just a thought. When we say about glass, is there a scope or is there a design for solid partitions also? Because we have solid partitions as well, like how...
Of course you have. See, for example, if there is a partitioning between two rooms, not always you want to look into the other room, right? So there are certainly a combination of, transparency and the solid, walls which we need. So solid partitions. So basically to mount your AV, to basically, have a annotatable surface, like you anyway provide the writable glass. So that's something which is extensively we use. And also since you have like multiple colors available, we can get some interest in installation of that, where part of it can be writable, the other can be of aesthetic. So we can do a lot of nice things about that. So
when we thought of solid partitions, we had, especially post-pandemic, I think this is a little good product it's a replacement for a drywall, because we come out of that cumbersome, time-consuming putty work and all. This completely demountable and reusable boards with multiple finishes. You have soft board, you have writing board, lot of things. I mean, lot of things can be done on this. So just a thought, how
cost becomes the driving parameter in that. Because if you're looking at replacing a drywall, see, we've moved away now. Most offices, we moved away from doing solid walls to dry walls wherever we need the solid partitions. So we have moved to dry walls. So now from moving from dry walls to the demountable partitions that you're talking about, cost would become a major parameter, because all other functionality you would already address, because finishes, it's endless what you can do in terms of the finishes with the demountable partition.
See, people want flexibility, but certainly the market looks for optimized cost. So that's there. So we have to work a balance between the two. It's not always possible to get a product really well engineered, but for a price point what people are looking at. But if it's marginal, like how she mentioned, I think then it'll be very good. And especially, let us say, I always say whenever we are renovating offices, I always look for, what can be reused from here. So, all of us are primarily driving towards a sustainable design. So having said that, we should always look forward. So if the sustainability starts at the design drawing board stage, it makes it easier, because no one knows what is there in store for in future, right? So you might be in a smaller place, you might be relocating yourself to a larger place. It makes life very simple that, you're moving and then you are also achieving your sustainability goals. So that will be a nicer way of looking at design.
Our profile also, it can fit with the same profile. You can use it gypsum, calcium silicate, or if you want the same profile, you can replace with the glass. So you need not to change the different profile altogether. So one uniform profile, wherever you see that the visible portion is uniform. Either you go with the solid partition or the glass partition.
So that gives complete modularity and reusability.
You also have come up with the railings without a top rail, right? In that case, how is it weather resistant?
First, depends on the area where it is mounted. Okay? Suppose it's individual homes, low-rise buildings. So it can be a modularity glass, normal tapan glass. If it is high-rise building, in that case, you should go with some high laminated interlayer.
So without the top rail also, we can give a design. It's as sturdy as something with a... It's just a mindset that without a top rail, it may not be sturdy also. It's more psychological. Only thing is, depends on the application. Like how he said, we can use a different kind of laminate. We use century glass, so that doesn't delaminate over a period of time.
Partition product point of view, how do we move forward?
See, a lot of times what happens is you get into double height lobbies. So let's say I want to partition that, for example. So how do I do that, for that height? So whether there are kind of solutions which can help us get that kind of a sizing. So that's something which we need to look at, because like again, I'm reiterating on the fact that I want to see, but I still need an enclosure for, the security of it, or, the office demands some amount of security and acoustic aspects. So these are the things. So if those can be engineered, I think then that will open far more possibilities for a designer.
Even when we use it as a backdrop in these kind of double height spaces,
yes,
usually those lines we don't want to see. And we want the system, the fixing arrangement for this. When we do glass paneling, we want it to look seamless and
exactly.
So that design flexibility to be able to give us, you need to engineer the products that can, and the fixing details and the products you need to be able to engineer and give us the solution for those kind of things. What is the maximum size that we can go with? Swan is always a discussion point with the vendors before we finish our final
designs.
Because nowadays clients also, when we show them a view, they say, you've shown the full glass. Now I'm getting 10 panels in this glass.
Yeah.
It's not giving me that
realistic look.
That is something that we need to be able to do. So that's why we make it a point to discuss with vendors at the design stage itself. Before we put something into our design, we need to know that this can be engineered. So I think that's something that will keep evolving with time, of course, but that's the direction that we would like.
I think customization is key.
It's key, I think, yes.
The essence of bringing exciting design ideas to life truly depends on efficient detailing. Thank you very much for the insightful conversation today. Tune in to our upcoming roundtables, where we will be delving deeper into the various offerings that Saint-Gobain is bringing to you through their MyHome initiative.